This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. Notice, ever since LeBron James got the Nike lifetime deal, he's been held foot to the damn fire. That lifetime deal that you got from Nike, that was a curse, though. Because look at all of the players that's coming out. Look at the shit that you have with Isaiah Stewart. Well, you bowling him over, and I've said it before, and I will say it again, and I will continue to stand by my position. If that was me, I would be waiting for LeBron James in the alley. I'd put a sack over his head and beat the living shit out of his ass. And I wouldn't even hesitate to do that. That would happen unquestionably, unequivocally, and without fail. But we have to get on the fact that LeBron James is not a social justice warrior. He's not a social justice movement specialist. He's not what he told you that he was. Oh, I'm for my people. I'm for my black people, dog. I'm for the black cause. I'm for everything that's associated with that. But then he turns around in bullshit and fuck shit fashion and basically succumbs to Phil Knight and Nike's demand. LeBron James is the biggest puppet the NBA has ever seen. Let me say it again. LeBron James is the biggest puppet the NBA has ever seen. So when Enes Kanter brought up the point with China, he's absolutely right. LeBron James did these things because LeBron James wanted to gloss over the fact that he needed to collect a check. A check will do that to you, dog. Anytime a motherfucker want to collect a check, they gonna gloss over the reality. They're gonna gloss over the identity. They're gonna gloss over the truth-telling fashion of them and their integrity. They're not gonna accept that truth. They're not going to accept the cold-hearted variations of stuff. They're not going to accept the unadulterated aspect of stuff. And they're not going to accept the cold, cutthroat, truth-telling fashion of everything that's associated behind it. Because when it's all said and done, we have to be honest with ourselves. Enes Kanter didn't say anything that wasn't true. Why are you backpedaling? Why is it money over morals? Is that the way you roll, LeBron James? It's a things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, He Knows Everything is loving this because LeBron James is being exposed at the highest fucking levels of basketball. Because at his truest and his most properest levels, LeBron James deserves everything that a fraudulent deserves. Let me say it again. LeBron James deserves everything that a LeFraudulent deserves. And it's a beautiful caveat. 19 years that you played, you got one suspension. Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the NBA GOAT, has more suspensions than LeBron James. Kobe Bean Bryant, the goated NBA GOAT after Michael Jeffrey Jordan, has more suspensions than LeBron James. And if they can have more suspensions, how the fuck does LeBron James, a 4 out of 10 abysmal NBA Finals averager and performer, 40%, gets to skate away and only have one suspension when we know he's dirty as fuck? When we know he's been a dirty player his whole NBA career, man. But see, Enes Kanter is pointing out outside the beautiful caveat that you, LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologists, and LBJ Stands, LeBron Tars like to bring up. Y'all like to sit here and say, well, LeBron James, he's always this guy that is this quintessential person that he looks out for his. Yeah, he looks out for his, all right. It goes back to the 2011 speech that he had with the Dallas Mavericks. LeBron James let you know the asshole that he is at his truest and his most properest levels. He told you, y'all got to go back to y'all miserable lives, and me, I'm going to go back to me and my family's good life. That's what he told you guys. But did you listen? Did you pay attention when the person really was showing you his true agenda of who he truly is as an individual? Or did you guys gloss over it? Or did you guys choose to ignore it? When it's all said and done, LeBron James always reveals himself for what he is at his truest and his most properest levels. A LeBron fucking James. That's the cool artist. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth teller fashion. What was it, Enes Kanter? Money over fucking morals? Isn't that what you said? When has LeBron James not taken money over morals? From the $90 million contract he didn't deserve. From the fact that LeBron James has always been red tape. When situations happened during the bubble, he shouldn't have played, but he decided to play because he wanted to get a Mickey Mouse title, an NBA bubble title, an Infinite Super Yumi, a virtual reality affair. We know these things to be true. A LeBron James is always going to be what he's going to be, a LeBron James. He's always going to be fraudulent in his behavior. So Enes Kanter is just basically putting it out there. And when LeBron James says, I don't give no energy, motherfucker, you've already given energy by saying that you don't give any fucking energy. You brain full of mush and brainwashed dodo heads. Let me say it again. Because what I said was so deep and profound. Let me let that marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. So hear me. Hear me. Motherfucking well, motherfucker, you already giving it energy by saying that you're not giving it any energy. That means you're entertaining it. You're allowing it to subdue your conscience. You're allowing it to endue you. You're allowing yourself to basically be engrossed by it. You're allowing yourself to basically be marinating into it. And that's exactly what happened. So when it's all said and done, the moral of the story is money over morals. The moral of the story is, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul in the process? That's LeBron James. That's fraudulent. That's what he's done at his truest and his most properest levels. So this is what Enes Kanter is talking about. When you have China employees making not even pennies on the dollar, they're making basically, if there is such a money that is below pennies on the dollar, they're making that. They're in sweatshops. They are being enslaved. But yet you sitting here making millions and millions, $600 million annually off of these sweatshops in China. But you're a social justice warrior, right? Social justice movement right activist. You are so happy to talk about your lifetime deal with Nike. You are so happy to talk about the building that they built for you in a headquarter fashion. But where were you when it came to China? So Enes Kanter is pointing something in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat fashion. LeBron James, you having a bad fucking 2 weeks, dog. First Enes Kanter, now Isaiah Stewart. I hope more and more shit can continue to come out. Because when it's all said and done, like Malcolm X said for JFK, the chickens have come to roost. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Yeeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.